What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Prince Elias, and it's been a minute since I've talked to y'all. Just sat here and talked to y'all on this channel. Now, I've been talking a lot on my second channel, Shed Yourself Vlogs, but on this channel, it's been a minute. And lately, I've been doing a lot of unboxings or unveilings or unbaggings. Due to the fact that, you know, during the winter time, everybody were acquiring new snakes, things that we might need for certain projects, certain animals that we need for the future. But because it was winter time, nobody could ship out. And so now that it's warming up and has been warming up, people have been shipping snakes out. So it's been a minute since I've done like a sit down talk about a specific topic, whether it's dealing with the reptile community or the hobby or just my thoughts on certain things. So I just want to sit down and talk to y'all, and just on a specific topic. I know in my last live on this channel of last month, there were some things that were I was just basically talking positives of dinkers, the good side of dinkers, because that's going to be my main focus with creative reptiles. Not saying I'm not working combos that exist. I actually am. But my main project, my big project that I am solely focusing on are dinkers, including this girl right here who is shy and not showing her face, but that's okay. Everybody knows, if you've been paying attention or watching my last videos, I did acquire, thanks to my bro Ash from Morph Minded, Mr. Malice, I did acquire a first generation from the wild dinker, which is, her name is Oya, and we're calling this the Kazi Project. And ever since I've had her, I've been getting her acclimated to my house. Now, she's been acclimated to the United States for about 2 years, but I'm just getting her acclimated to being here with me. And she's eating for me. She's pooped for me. Everything's healthy. Everything's great. But we're still working on socialization, which is why I have her around my neck. Now I'm not going to force anything upon her. She wants to hide her face this whole time. That's fine. But I do these socializations with her and pretty much all my ball pythons, especially the new stuff that are in quarantine. I've been doing these socialization, you know, 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. It all depends on the animal and their stress level and what they can tolerate. But I do these once or twice a week, but I always handle them weekly. Like, I don't go more than 5 to 7 days without having a little handling session, unless they're in blue, like my AK-47 back here. I was gonna have her out for the video as well, but she's in blue, deep in blue. So that's the only time they get a little break from handling sessions, because I don't want to stress them out when they're blind as a bat and going through shedding process. But basically, the topic I want to talk to on this video, and I will be doing a live specific on this, hopefully with a panel of friends who can also be on with me. It's going to be next Tuesday, early, like maybe 4:30ish. I'm still Central Time, still trying to figure that out, because I don't want to cut into someone else's shows, any of my friends' shows that happen later on in the evening. But I want to do this topic of hobbyists versus breeder mentality. And one of the issues that I see a lot, is that a lot of snakes aren't socialized a lot. Not saying all, not making a general, not saying all, not saying every, but majority of people only handle these ball pythons, at least they're breeders, when it's time to feed, time to clean, time to breed, and nothing else. And I still have that mindset that if I'm sitting on I rarely do it now because I'm busy, but if I were to just sit on the couch and watch TV or sit on my computer and edit videos, I've done it before. I usually have a snake wrapped around my neck or sitting on my lap or on the bed beside me. My pets like Jafar or Jasmine, you know, they're just pets. They're part of the either educational shows or the photo shoots, so they're very desensitized to humans and being handled. And I handle those a lot because they've been handled their whole lives, even before I decided that I wanted to be a breeder when I was just a pet keeper. So I still do that, and I try my best to rotate as many as I can. Now, I can't do every single snake in my collection in a month, but I try to rotate them out as far as the long-term handling, like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Some snakes, if I'm here and I'm watching, I'll let them lay on the bed and do what they do, roam around, as long as they're big enough. If they're one of the hatchlings that might get lost, we ain't doing it. But anywho, that's what I strive to always do, even if I were to scale up a little bit as a breeder. Now, I never want to be those big breeders that have hundreds and hundreds of snakes. Y'all not gonna see me mass produce like crazy, and I'm big on that. I stand 10 toes down on that. I'm gonna breed 2 to 3 pairs max a year, and if they all go, great. If none of them go, also great. I'm not, but that's just the hobbyist mentality in me. That's just the hobbyist in me. And that's the smart person in me. I don't have employees, nor do I have money to pay employees. I don't breed my feeders because I physically and financially cannot. I rather spend my paychecks on buying the feeders from my mentors, and whoever else, any good friends in the hobby. So to support them, I'm not breeding rat productions. Like, it's not happening. No, I'm not doing that. So, so I'm not going to make more work on myself to where I get burnt out, or to where I'm like, okay, I'm done, I'm selling the whole collection. Or no, I'm not doing that. I like to work smart, not hard, regardless of what project it is, whether it's a puzzle project, an LC Black Magic project, a pie project, or whatever, Project Dark Mode. I'd rather work smart, not hard. And if I know I have nobody to help me do this stuff, I have nobody to help me care for these animals, to feed these animals, I'm not going to mass produce like crazy. And I don't believe in maintenance feeding. Like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm not going to abuse my animals. Just like I don't believe in overfeeding, I don't believe in maintenance feeding. I think they're both equally evil, to either underfeed or overfeed. So, so I have to just be smart with this. You're not going to see me, you'll never see me in 1 year doing 10 parents. That ain't happening. That is not happening. So, anyways, I say all that to say I still am a pet keeper at heart. And even if the animal is strictly a breeder, or was bought to be just a breeder, I want to always handle them and try to get them desensitized. And not just to get desensitized. My biggest goal, especially with Oya, who is first generation out the wild, I just want her to trust me. To me, that's the biggest flex. To me, the biggest flex, besides proving her out to be a new Jane, but the biggest flex of all, as a keeper, as a hobbyist, as someone who really loves ball pythons and would choose ball pythons every step of the way. And I'm not just bullshitting, because I have bloods, I have boas, I have retic, I have a berm. I love all of them. But still, push come to shove, someone put a gun to my head and say, yo, you have to choose an animal to keep for the rest of your life. It's going to be a ball python. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just being real. So my biggest flex and my biggest goal, at least hopefully by the end of this year, but if it takes 2 years, that's fine, is to get her to trust me. Something about it's something, and it's not just with reptiles. Even when I had dogs, when I lived with a roommate who had 2 cats, the biggest flex is when the animals finally trust me, especially if the animal was never used to me, or they just met me for the first time. Like my first snake, Jafar, he was a hatchling, 4 months old to be exact. I'll never forget, because that was on his information sheet. But Jasmine, my second snake that I bought right after him, like 4 months after him, she was a retired breeder. She didn't know me from a can of paint. So it took a minute for her to trust me enough, not only to want to eat for me, but to not hide her face. And now she's one of the #1 chosen in photo shoots, #1 educational ambassadors. I can give her to a first grader. I can give her to a kindergarten. She ain't gone, because she learned to trust me. And that's the biggest flex. Having Jimmy the boa, who's been a sweetheart his whole life. You know, we all have experienced at least once or twice with baby boa constrictors who just like, nah, fuck that. And they like, y'all know the Chronicles of Hades. But to have someone like Jimmy, who was alive for 10 years of his life. I've only had him for 5 of the 10 years, or 4 of the 10 years. And now, like, we are thick as thieves. Like, he trusts me. He trusts me enough that when I put him down, he follows, and I walk away, he follows where I go. Like, people think that only retics have that sort of intelligence. No, other snake species also have that sort of intelligence. Y'all just don't handle them enough to know. Or y'all don't handle enough of them to know. And then Morticia, my other boa constrictor. She was the first boa constrictor I ever bought. I bought her as a hatchling. Never struck at me, never nipped at me, never nothing. It's just something about when an animal trusts you. When they don't fear you. And so that's going to be my biggest flex. Now, don't worry. I'm going to brag as hell when I breed her and we prove her out. But like what's happening right now, y'all, her face was completely covered up at the beginning of this video. I look down and now she's showing her face more. She's exposing herself more to me as I'm sitting here talking. She's learning to trust me. She's learning that I'm not a danger. And the more I handle her, and spend time with her, it will get better and better and better to where eventually she will never hide her face again when I pull her out of her tub to either clean or feed or whatever, or just to take her out to spend some time. So that is what I strive to do when it comes to all these snakes, whether they're breeders, educational ambassadors, or models for photo shoots. My goal is, most importantly, the end goal is to earn these animals' trust. And that's the hobbyist mentality of me. Like, I feel guilty when I go a minute without handling these snakes. My retic, he gonna let you know that he wants out. The boas, Jimmy, he lets you know when he wants to come out. The berm, she's like a cat. She can do with or without handling, but she's a sweetheart. But I treat the ball pythons the same way. Just because they're different species don't mean that, you know, you have to drastically treat every animal different. Now, hot snakes, that's a different thing. Colubrids, you know, even colubrids and Caribos. If I owned them, I would probably do the same method, trying to handle them. Same with the short tails, the Brongus Mai, they're both the blood and the Borneo. Yes, Avicii is a little sketchy. He's have been as a baby, but he's gotten better. Like, the past couple of handlings has been peachy to where I don't even put on the gloves anymore. That is something worth bragging about, and that is something that I strive ever since I had him. So it's like, those are the end goals for me, really. I say all that to say those are the end goals for me, is to get these animals trust. And I think that's what separates, and I'll go more in depth on my live next week, but that's one of the things that separate a hobbyist from a business breeder. Because unfortunately, and don't sit here and try to gaslight me and say that y'all don't do it, but a lot of y'all have admitted in y'all lives and y'all podcasts, on y'all interviews, that y'all don't handle these snakes like that unless it's feeding, breeding, or cleaning. Y'all don't just sit around and chill with these snakes like that. So, of course, when you open your tub, the snakes are going to just strike every time. Because all they thinking is, ooh, am I eating today? Are you putting a male or female in? Are you cleaning my poop? I don't know. Are you here to kill me? Are you here to eat me? I don't know, because I don't know you like that. Because I only see you once a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not what I want to do. I never want to get that big to where I can't just pull a snake out, and or 4 or 5 snakes out, and just let them roam. Let them get some exercise. Let them see some sunlight, or at least a ring light, something to get them out of the darkness. Because ball pythons in the wild, they do come out. Yes, they do burrow. Yes, they do. We know that. We know their habitats. But they do come out too. They've seen them. They've caught them in the wild during the daytime. Like, they do move around. But anywho, I digress. That's a subject for another day. Another thing I want to talk about. Ever since I chose to go the path of the Dinker projects and focusing mainly on those and focusing on going my own path, going my own way, there has been a lot of great support. Shout out to the Dinker squad. But obviously there has been some resistance, or at least some naysayers and some people always trying to throw doubt. And one thing about me is that I am quick to cancel out the noise, but before I cancel out the noise, let the noise know that they need to shut the fuck up. Because the moment I unveil Kazi, you know, everybody and their grandma want to say, oh, I think, not even Kazi, before I even got Oya, the Kazi project, the Kazi gene, when I got the AK-47, when I got Matangi, and I got Regina the villain from Fred and AJ, shout out to them brothers, I was quickly met with resistance. People were like, oh, that's just a black head, yellow belly. Oh, I got a snake that looks just like that. Oh, this, like, they constantly just doubting, like, that's not a dinker. That's just something that already exists. Stuff like that. Or with Regina, the villain, oh, that's just a fancy normal and stuff like that. It's just like, and now with the Kazi, they're saying, oh, you know, I'm starting to hear people say, oh, that looks, you know, all Granity genes are the same, and we need a shed test so they can finally prove that every Granity gene is the same. And like I said in my last live, me and Ash have had these multiple conversations. No, you can tell once you breed into these combos that they're not all the same. People want to throw Malice and what's that, Tornado or Twister, not Twister, and then also the no, the Bambino and stuff. They trying to lump them all together and say they look the same. But I'm sorry, I've seen pictures and videos of different combos of all those Grandy genes. They are not the same, baby. Now, we do believe that Grandy genes are a locale. We believe that because most of the fire Grandy genes that everybody know and love come from Benin or Togo. They don't come from Ghana. So we do believe it's a locality thing more than anything. But as far as how they react to certain genetics, nah. Nah. And let's just say, hypothetically, the Malice is the same as the Cosmos, or the Malice is the same as the Bambino. Y'all still don't have it. It still has a high value number cost to it. So if anything, if you guys are right and Ash is wrong, which you're not, because Ash been breeding, he got the original female straight out the wild. But let's just entertain y'all foolishness, those people who doubt Dinker projects. Let's just entertain and just say, oh my gosh, shed testing came out and they proved that they're all the same. Y'all, the market still is in flood with them. Not everybody has these snakes, so they're still worth a lot of damn money, and Ash is still ahead of the game. So same with the Kazi project. Let's just say shed testing came out. Shed tested every Granity gene known to man. The Cosmos, the Bambinos, the Malice, whatever, the nannies, the nanny carnages, the voodoo. And let's just say shed test and RGI or Charlie came out and said, yes, they all look the same on our test, on the allele. That's not going to diminish the price tag on these projects, y'all. So you're trying to spread doubt into people who are into these Granity genes and into these Dinkers and these unknown projects. you still ain't got it in your rack. You still ain't got it in your collection. No, you too busy making Pompeys and Batmans. So the price is still up. The price, like, if you say all this, if you say this is the same as the Bambino or the Cosmos or the Malice, the price ain't going down, baby. The price is going up. But yeah, it's all about shutting out all the noise, because this hobby is filled with way too many people who are comfortable with just waiting for a specific breeder to post what they're working on YouTube just so they can go and work that project or buy that project or buy those snakes from that said breeder and copy their formula and do everything that they're doing without a shadow of creativity. Not me. I'm going my own path. I'm going my own way. And I'm just letting y'all know right now, this Kazi project, don't expect anytime soon to see this in clown or in hypo or in DG, because the market is overflowed with them. And if you want this in clown, hypo, and DG, go find another Granny D Jean and do that with that. This is my project, this is my dinker, and this is what I am going to be working. And I don't want any of those animals in my collection. Now, if I choose to, give a baby to a friend in the dinker squad here or there, and they put it to a clown or a hypo or a DG, that's their prerogative, because once I give that baby to them in this project, that's on them. And granted, I'm only doing it to 2 people right now. Only 2 people are guaranteed a baby anytime soon within the next couple of years. Everybody else is going to have to be on the wait list, because I need to protect this project. I need to figure this out. Yes, I want help a little bit, but to move it further along. But at the same time, I'm very picky and selective. I don't want someone who is a member of a certain breeder cult to have access to this project, and before I can prove it out, they done bred and sold some babies to said breeder that they worship and idol and want to make the same combos that he's making. Nah, you're not finna fuck up my project before it gets started. So, with that being said, that's just, the hobbyist in me. I got nothing but time. I'd rather waste my time playing with dinkers like the AK-47 or the Villain or the Kazi. I'd rather waste all of my precious time, money, feeding, infrastructure, working those, than chasing the Pompeys and the Batmans and any type of DG hypo combos that everybody else is making. I don't want to walk the same path as everybody else. I don't want the same thing in my collection as everybody else. Yes, I have some codoms that everybody has, some common codoms. Yes, I have certain recessives that pretty much is in everybody's things. That's just part of the game. That's part of the hobby. But I'm not chasing certain combinations, and I definitely don't want to open my rack and see snakes that look like they need to put lotion on themselves. That's just not for me. That's just not for me. But anywho's, I'm back to vlogging on this channel. I might ruffle some feathers. Who cares? If you want to talk more, and it's going to be an open panel, so if you want a link to my StreamYard when I go live next Tuesday, I believe it's going to be either 4 o'clock or 4:20. Not 4:20. Oh my gosh, weed heads. Somewhere around the 4 o'clock Central Time area. That way I'm not cutting into someone else's shows that come on like at 6 or 7. I'll be done by then. If you want to be a part of the open panel where we talk hobbyists versus business or investments, breeders, holla at me, and I'm willing to speak to people, have a conversation with people who disagree with me, or have conversation with people who are on the investment or big breeder side. Like, I'm down to have conversations. I'm not afraid of tough conversations. I'm not afraid of people who disagree with me. I'm not afraid of folks who are a part of the cult or who likes to chase the Pompeys, the Batmans, and all the DG hypo combinations in the world. We can have the convo. And nobody's right or wrong in their assessment, because it's your collection, it's your animals, it's your business, it's your model, it's what you can do to care for these animals. and provide for these animals. As long as you're not neglecting these animals, starving these animals, killing these animals, I really don't care. So if you want to be a part of that discussion, hit me up in the DMs. Creative Reptiles on everything, all social medias, and I will send you the link on Tuesday, and we can have this discussion. But anywho, I was just wanted to do a random talk, random discussion about, you know, being a hobbyist and a pet keeper first and foremost, above all else. Fuck return on investments and money and all this other, fuck that. These animals make me happy. These animals bring me joy. These animals get me out of a fucking dark place at times, because I go through it sometimes, but I see them as more than just dollar signs. And like I said, unlike some, I'm not going to say all or most, unlike some ball python breeders, I actually like ball pythons and would choose them over any species. But that's just me. Anywho's, I'm going to go. It's your boy Prince Elias for another Snake Prince Vlogs. And yes, more unboxings are coming because more snakes that I acquired during the wintertime are coming, including her boyfriend, the guy that I'm going to pair up her with. And if they don't go, that's fine. And I also have a backup male, the father to my first clutch, Mr. Gold, the Cypress Mojave Gold Blush. He's the backup male if the male that I got coming in decides he don't want to breed to her, or she decides she don't like him. We'll figure it out. And if she don't go this year, that's fine. We'll try again next year. But Kazi project is well on its way. It is. It's well on its way. Because she's ready to breed and he's ready to breed. And it's going to be a fun adventure. So follow me on the journey of Dinkers and the Kazi project. Oh, another thing. I don't even know if I'll be, when I'm going to post this video. Probably this week. I don't know. Yeah. I might do it Friday. So if the case that I post this video this week, I will be a special guest on the Herb Collectors Network, Mike and Matt with Double Clutch, because they are talking said topic, Dinker projects, whether they are a bust or nah, or whatever. I forgot the title, the working title of the thumbnail, but yeah, it's going to be fun time. The Dinker Squad is coming out to represent, and we're going to have a great discussion. I'm very positive on that. So check us out Saturday, Double Clutch on Mike Herb Collectors. Check out all the podcasts. Y'all know I'm part of the Whiskey Bomb Network on Keys Constrictors channel. And I also hop on Wiz's channel for Sophisticated Ignorance every Saturday night. So tap in. And of course, y'all know the true pride and joy on this channel, the Snake Cinema Podcast. It is on the Whiskey Bum Network, Keys Constrictors channel. Links are always in the description below and on all social media, so tap in. It's been great. We are, 70 something episodes now? Can't believe it. Mind-boggling. That a vlog series that I created in 2019, just reviewing movies while holding my snakes and having a good time, became a part of a podcast network. So it's just crazy how life goes and how the world goes. But anywho, let me go because this battery about to die. I'm your host, Prince Elias. This is Oya, and we will check y'all in the next one. Peace.
Knowledge getting deeper just like aliens. Snap a pic, hit the click, ain't no need to be weird. Creative reptiles where the knowledge flows. Ball pythons in the cut, ready to pose. Boa constrictors lurking, everybody knows. Education.